one community, 3 tiers, 44 teams, and nearly 200 matches played. It's all led to this. Welcome to the playoffs, where the pretenders get eliminated, no second chances are given, and only the strong will survive. We'll see dominant performances, we'll see rivals clash, and we'll see shocking upsets. Players and teams of all skill levels have practiced for months to get here, giving it everything they have, but at the end of the day, only one will achieve: tranquility.
Good evening, Tranquility community. Welcome to the Harmony Tier Finals. I am Ski Free Yeti, ready to bring you this very exciting matchup between the Holy Jalapenos, the number 1 seed Holy Jalapenos, and returning champion Holy Jalapenos, mind you, against the number 2 seed challengers, Modify. Again, I'm Ski Free Yeti, and joining me tonight on the analysis desk, I bring you the tier director for the Harmony tier, and that is Thuggington. How are you doing?
Ski, I am feeling fantastic. I am ready for the Harmony tier finals. It's a lot of hard work by every single team in the Harmony tier, and I feel honored. I feel blessed that I'm able to cast tonight with you. It's going to be an exciting match. The 1 seed versus the 2 seed. Battle of the Giants here. This is fun.
Yeah, 2 interesting stories kind of for both these teams. Let's start with your defending champions, the Holy Jalapenos. Tell us a little bit about these guys.
Yeah, Jalapenos were as you said, the defending champions from season 3. However, the only returning member of a player-wise is Bethcon. Abe as well coming back to it. But they have Mallard sitting in as a coach. They have all-star nominations in Bethcon 2, in Malalia, and in Abe. Fun fact about Malalia is taken last season off, coming back, and she is now leading all supports in all-star voting, which is something I'm sure she's fairly surprised about, knowing her myself. This is a team that showed domination pretty much the entire season, and they're looking to cap this off with a championship run.
Absolutely. There's a lot of hype behind this team. There has been all season. They've been one of those teams that we've been talking about as a championship contender all season. But let's flip it over to the other team here, a team that really didn't get a lot of talk or really a lot of respect initially, and that's Modify.
Yeah, Modify has been one of those teams that's kind of flown under the radar the entire season. They've put together, obviously, a very strong Stage 1 and Stage 2, led by all-star nominees Lika, MTT, and Stan Bumper, which I think is probably one of the most underrated tanks in the entirety of the Harmony tier. It's a team that's really put together a solid team play. It's not individual team members that are necessarily shining or popping off. It's just a solid, cohesive team, and they're doing a really good job. Obviously, number 2 seed coming into the playoffs.
Absolutely. Both teams, incredible teams. They've had great runs to get to this point, no question about it. Holy Jalapenos, I believe, dropped one or two matches all season. Same with Modify. Both these teams are incredible, very talented players on both ends. This is going to be a fun match tonight, and we are going to kick it off on Ilios. What are your thoughts here?
This is going to be a fun battle of the Lucio. Ilios is always one of those maps that I love watching Lucio players absolutely fly around. They take really fun angles, and then if we get to well, we get to see the well. I know Snipper's probably looking forward to it. Snipper is probably one of the better Lucio players we have in the community. There's gonna be some environmental kills, and I for one am ready for it.
I'm really excited for this one. I always love this. It's a battle. You got a couple of great Lucios in here, Wit, Mitten, and Snipper. I look for both of them to get lots of kills this map. Always a favorite to see. Maybe a little bit of Wrecking Ball time on Lighthouse, perhaps. Maybe on Well, get a little bit of Roadhog here. So we are about to get things going. Yep, here we go. I am excited for this one. If you remember last season, we had an 8-map classic. That's right, an 8-map classic between the Holy Jalapenos and Undead Battery. Both Beth and Abe participated in that, although they were on different teams.
Interesting.
It's very interesting. You got to wonder if maybe some... No flashbacks are coming back on this one. Flashbacks were eliminated last week.
Yeah, they were.
No, this is a very fun map, and this is the map that I believe we saw the Jalapenos win it on last season.
Yes, I think it was on Lighthouse.
It was. So honestly, maybe a little bit of a mental game there from Mallard, the coach for the team, the MVP from last season. Maybe a little bit of a mental game there, saying, "Hey, we finished strong this one. Let's start strong again this season."
Absolutely. It looks like with the teams coming out, Vet going to be on the Reinhardt. It seems to be a comfort pick for him.
Mm-hmm.
I know losses that Jalapenos have had this season has when Vet hasn't been able to play as Reinhardt. And coming out from the modify here, we have, it looks like the double shield. They're going the Orisa and the Sigma, but they have Bard hitting the Pharah. Bard is a very strong Pharah. He's going to be looking for a lot of poke damage, playing around Lighthouse, looking for a lot of angles and trying to mitigate a lot of the risk.
All right, and we are underway here in the Harmony Tier Finals. This one is going to be fantastic, guys. Both teams bringing out the Far Mercies to start here. Abe and Bard, both well known for their Pharah play. We will see which of those seems to be getting the most value out of that. And Abe finds MTT for the first kill of the finals. Pog right now is being brought very low as well. The res does come out onto MTT. They're able to get him back up and stabilize the team. Both teams jockeying around the point. Bard almost put himself down on the well, but that finds Stan Bumper on that charge, and the point goes to the Holy Jalapenos to start. But this fight is not over as both teams continue to deliver blows to each other, and Modify will now reset.
You know, it's a smart play by Modify to back out of there. I'm not sure if Bard meant to be down there, but he was hanging precariously at the bottom of that one. It could have been a misplay, but it put him out of the team. He wasn't able to add any value, but we'll see where they're going in. Abe is looking at a barrage here coming up soon.
Yeah, Abe's already almost to that barrage right now. Vet almost to that. But Bard finds Pog right away, so that's going to be an early kill in the favor of Modify. Should open up a lot of room here for Bard to get a ton of damage in. Pog does respawn. The fight is going fairly slow, and MTT finds Snipper as well. Holy Jalapeno is starting to fall here. We see the Nano Boost comes in onto Stan Bumper, who is throwing those rocks out. He finds Bethcon, D-Max Bethcon, all the damage coming in on Malalia as well, who had used her Coalescence.
Yeah,
maybe a mistake on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. He might want that one back a little more sustained. But right now, I think what I'm noticing here is Abe on the Divas, a lot of mitigate, a lot of Bard's damage, and a lot of the risk that's being put onto Vet. And an early high noon there, but yeah, that's the one way to take a Pharmacy.
That is a great way to take a Pharmacy out of this guy, and immediately the Jalapenos are going to be held back. Great play there from MTT, recognizing an opportunity and ending the fight before it could even start.
Yeah, really great job. Abe threw his concussive mine just for the good measures as he died. But
recognizing I made a mistake. There comes the Earth Shatter. Finds Stan Bumper, but nobody else. We see the barrage coming in from Barrage and Abe at the same time. Synchronous barrages. That is a tough one to say. But Abe comes out on the positive end with the 4K, taking down multiple members of Modify, and the Holy Jalapenos will flip this back and still with the percentage advantage.
Again, this is coming down to the Diva play from Bethcon right now. She's able to mitigate most of that barrage from Bard, and looks like Bard's switching over to the May right now.
Bard switching over to the May. I'd say, honestly, not a bad choice here. I think maybe you just recognize he was not getting the most value compared to Abe on that, but a lot of pressure is now put on MTT. He's got to come up with the kills here to be able to take Abe out of the sky. The May is going to give them a lot of point presence once they're able to get on there. But look at all the damage coming in from Abe. He's got another barrage already, and here it is. Abe finds 3, and the Beth Bomb takes out the other 3. The swiftest of team kills.
That was a fantastic play by both of them. Just using two ultimates there, winning the team fight. They're into one fight territory here. They still have the Valkyrie coming line. Vet's about 40% to his ultimate here, and they don't look to be a lot beyond the Nano Blade coming.
Oh, no. Tough spot for Modify, already down MTT. The Nano Boost comes in on Abe as well. Abe on that Pharah doing so much damage. It's high noon from Pog. He takes down Whitmitten. There's nothing left for Modify. They will dwindle down and they will fall here, and Holy Jalapenos are set on well.
Great job by the Holy Jalapenos. They expected Bard to come out on the fair. That's why they played with Diva and Bethcon, and why they had the Malalia playing the Moira, able to really heal up that damage. Her coalescence were coming very quick, and I think Bethcon did a very, very nice job of mitigating as much damage as Bard was trying to put down.
Definitely. Really great work there. Abe just completely outclassed Bard on that map there. That was the Abe show quite a bit there. That Far Mercy was absolutely brutal. And just good opportunistic play there from Vet on that main tank as well. He got a lot of value, a lot of good strong Earth Shatters. Created a lot of space, and the aggression was just too much for Modify to be able to handle.
Absolutely. Looks like they're going to run with the pharmacy still here. If it's working, why fix it? It's going. So
no, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change a darn thing. Looking really good right now. So Pharmacy back in play. MTT again. The pressure is on. This point is a little bit more challenging to get a lot of damage in there. They can play those corners pretty well. They can isolate off with those shields from the Reinhardt. So Abe not going to have the easiest time. He finds MTT.
Easy enough.
Yeah, easy enough apparently. So Abe finding lots of value on that Pharah right now. Now with basically no threat. He can just rain in the damage. Modify does get the first point take, but I don't think Jalapenos care. Ooh, Vet does go down though.
Yeah, big pin by Insante there. Right now, this is going to be a battle of attrition on the point, and when you have a 6v4, the 6 will.
Oh my. Abe finds 3 with the barrage, but it's not over yet. Oh, but he gets the res off. Bard is not able to eliminate the Mercy before the res goes out, but they do get him down. Jalapenos missed an opportunity there.
They definitely missed an opportunity. It might have came a little bit late. They were down anyway. However, I would like to see Abe switch off of this right now. Mm-hmm. The front line from Holy Jalapenos is getting absolutely bullied by Stan Bumper and Instante. They're able to just sit on the point a lot more at that May and the Lucio there. I'd like to see him switch off of this. I don't know if they're going to get as much value as they think they are.
And Abe does stay on that Pharah. It's worked well for him so far. Front line of looks like several from Holy Jalapenos are low, but Bethcon finds MTT. The Earth Shatter comes out, finds nothing. Deadeye coming in from Pog, looking for any targets right now. Can't find anything. The beat drop comes in from Whitmitten. Modify right now trying to stabilize down 5v6 on this point. Abe continuing to rain in that damage from outside the point. Whitmitten is dropped by Vet, and it looks like Modify is going to start crumbling here as their team drops one by one, but the great percentage advantage right now.
Absolutely. And again, this is kind of what I'm talking about there. They won the team fight. They got a pick really, really early, and we see Modify able to get 25% more before they're able to take the point from him. That's just the point presence. That's the brawl comp they're paying. We'll see if Abe's able to capitalize again on this barrage.
He's looking already, trying to find that opening. There's no Diva on the side of Modify to be able to prevent this from happening. Again, no hero bans this week, so the pool is open. So hero bans are no excuse for not countering your enemies this week. We will see, though, if Modify can get in there. Ult advantage rests in the hands of the Jalapenos. There comes the grab, but Abe from behind with the barrage again, finding very good value, taking out Lekka and also finding MTT as well. Insante is swinging around trying to turn things, but that was such a quick, efficient fight from the Jalapenos.
Really great job. They're very decisive. Stan Bumper did use the grab early. Weren't able to capitalize on it because they could get picked early. You use 2 ults and you win the team fight and you still sit with a 3-pack. I like those odds from Jalapenos.
Jalapenos in great shape right now. Stan Bumper did use the Graviton Surge. Didn't find any kills off of it, however, so Modify is in a bit of a tough spot. Pog working his way back to a Deadeye. We see an early Graviton come out from Beth. Catches several in it. Pog finds a kill onto that. The Coalescence pouring in from Malalia as well. But Deadeye from MTT tries to spin it back around with the Blizzard from Bard as well, but it doesn't matter because the Rocket Hammer of Vet is finding the heads of Modify, and Holy Jalapenos are going to continue to hold this point.
Now, this is a good opportunity if we can get Modify onto the point as quickly as possible with that Lucio. It should work. They're running into a Earth Shatter, and they also have the Nano. Abe's going to be able to farm his ultimate, but it's going to be a quick one. Never mind. There it is.
Ooh, there goes Abe taking down MTT. That's the early kill that Abe needed to give Jalapenos a big advantage. The Earth Shatter comes out, only finds Vet, but that might be enough to get this thing going. But here comes Abe again with a massive barrage from the sky of Ilios. They take Lighthouse, and they take map 1.
Abe absolutely carried that round for Jalapenos. Really great job by him. But I also want to highlight the support lineup for Holy Jalapenos as well. Snipper did a fantastic job staying out of the line of sight of the hit scans from Modify and was able to really capitalize on everything. Here we can see Abe.
Wow, Abe did a fantastic job on that Pharah. We all know Bard is extraordinarily well known for his Pharah play, but Abe came to play tonight with that Pharah, and fantastic work from him. It's kind of been one of those underrated players for the past couple of seasons, been an impact player pretty much whenever he plays, though.
Yeah, Abe has always been a fantastic player. And again, he flies just below the radar. People that know him and know what he brings to the table he's always the most underrated player. And we even talk about it on the Iris as well.
Right.
Such an underrated player. But it seems no matter how many times we talk about him being underrated, it doesn't seem to matter.
It doesn't seem to matter. He still seems to show up when he needs to show up.
Right.
So right now, it looks like the teams are going to have to try to settle in. Is there anything you could expect to see Modify change up here to try to flip it back into their favor?
They need to control Abe. Control. I mean, really, that's about what they have to do. They need to enable their hit scan player to take the angles onto Abe and safely. I'd like to see maybe a Diva coming out from them. If we could see Stand Bumper switch over to a Diva if they're running the Pharah anymore. But they got to give their DPS line a little more space. Abe has free reign of the skies right now. He's mostly uncontested, and he's farming barrage every other team fight.
Yes, honestly, it seemed like every team fight at a certain point. He's farming over 50% of the barrage just on the walk up from Modify. So you have to wonder if Modify is going to switch some things up here. We saw MTT played very, very well throughout the season on DPS, specifically on the hit scans. His hit scan play was outstanding. Unfortunately, just wasn't able to really find the space he needed in order to get it done this time around. Bard obviously came out on the negative end there. We expect, Bard is obviously known as a Pharah specialist, but we just didn't quite see it there. Switched over to the Mei, and the Mei didn't really seem to make the impact that he wanted. Is that just the nature of the fact that Mei's been nerfed so much, or was he just being countered that hard by what Abe was bringing to the table?
I think Abe was just doing enough. They weren't able to put the pressure onto Abe that they needed to. MTT wasn't able to put quite as much pressure, just to push him away a little bit, give him a little more space on the point. And I'll say Jalapenos did a really nice job of being patient, especially on Lighthouse. That's a tough one when you have a brawl comp and you're waiting for your fair to get picks. It's tough to be patient there, and they did a really nice job, really good discipline by that team. And I think that shows the leadership that Beth brings, and Mallard as well. They've been here before. This isn't their first rodeo.
This is not
Modified may have a little bit of jitters, maybe a little bit of nervousness in there, but they shook it off in Ilios, and let's see what they bring to us for Hanamura.
Hanamura, great map. Probably it's been the favorite of the 2 CP maps for obvious reasons, because it's not Horizon Lunar Colony or Paris.
That's a really great point.
It's the main reason I can think of to play it over any other map. It's probably the favorite of a lot of 2CPs. We've seen a lot of it this season. A lot of different ways to go about it. I mean, we see a lot of Torbjorn defenses, teleport offenses. We've seen dive. We've seen bunkers. Right now it looks like the Jalapenos are going to come out with that Torbjorn defense.
Yeah, it looks like we have a teleport offense here too. So they let us know exactly what's going to happen. I really like the Torbjorn defense in this one. I love that Torb's got a spot in Hanamura. It's just really nice. The hard part about the Symmetra teleport is if they do just the telegraphed, I'm going to point, everyone expects it. I want to see Bard get a little bit creative with his teleports, and I want to see some set plays, and I have to assume that they are.
I have to assume that, of course, I would expect them to go right to the point here, but it does look like Modify or Jalapenos are ready to respond to that. They already have Maloli and Beth hanging back. We'll see where they end up setting up the teleporter here if they do anything different. They went to high ground, unexpected, but I actually do like it here. Although if you look, C Poppy is hanging back and he finds Snipper and the turret. That's an immediate advantage for Modify here as they work to get turrets set up and build up that point presence. They have a nice off angle now working with C Poppy as well. Look at this angle they're taking.
Really great angles there. They have to choose who they're going to fight here, and I think we're going to see Modify taking this fight.
Yeah, Modify just in control the whole way through. Beth trying to last as long as she can on that baby diva, but not quite really enough to do much there. Modify sweeps through point A.
Really solid play. I really like that too. They made him choose. They put really nice angles on there. They didn't do what everyone expected them to and just go right to point, and that was very noticeable.
Most importantly there, C Poppy was hitting the shots.
You gotta hit the shots. You gotta hit them.
And the dynamites, mind you. There was a lot of people on fire there. Right. The split defense now coming out. We see the teleporter go right to point. No ults for either team right now. Teleporter is already set up. Dynamite comes in. Lots of jalapenos on fire here. Blake finds Bard, but C Poppy returns the favor onto Big. The bomb comes in, but he is now off the point. We see the coalescence coming in from Lekka, finding Abe is taken down. The Modify looks to be trying to spin this one back around, or they're resetting. It's kind of hard to tell. No, they do a kind of a soft reset, it looks like. I'm not really sure. They're not really hard committing, but and Vet forces the commitment with the massive Earth Shatter. And he's just sweeping up Modify here, pushing out all the way to the mid-mega pack.
No, really solid job. They pushed it. Modify was kind of feigning a retreat there, and then they got pushed right back to spawn here from Vet.
Vet just kind of made the decision for them. It looked like Modify wasn't sure if they thought it was winnable or not. They were kind of hanging around, and then Vet just decided the fight needed to end. And
right.
It did.
Absolutely. And it did.
So Jalapeno sitting on a couple of support ults here, or about to get to a couple of support ults, I should say. And then we see the Earth Shatter being the critical ult here for Modify. We'll see if Instante can find value with it.
Yeah, we'll see. Sir Blake's got really nice angles right here. He's able to get a lot into the back line, but we'll see what happens here.
Ooh, the wall splits off Instante, but he's got that shield up. He's lasting quite a while in there. They're able to get everybody stabilized. The Earth Shatter is blocked. Vet answers back. Beth finds Instante. Vet with a massive shatter takes down Instante as well. And look at Vet sweeping that hammer through Modify again. Vet is right now winning this tank duel.
Yeah, Vet's feeling very, very confident right now. You can tell he's throwing his shatter down with reckless abandon. He's hitting him. That's absolutely phenomenal.
Vet is building his way up to yet another Earth Shatter because why not? Beth is sitting close to that grab. They have 5 ults coming up for Jalapenos. They're in great shape. Modify has 3 of their own. They're by no means out of this. It's interesting to see what Modify does. Looks like a little bit of a juke move, feigning high with the wall. Now they're going low. Oh, they don't fall for it. The Jalapenos do not, and poor Stan Bumper is all alone. He uses the grab. Look at the Fiesta coming in. Everybody's using everything. The late Graviton surge from Betcon trying to spin it back, but Modify is finding the kills they need. C Poppy finds 4. Instante is swinging through everyone as well. Modify comes out on the end, a positive end of that Fiesta there. And we see the Wrecking Ball coming in, trying to stall it out as much as possible. He's taken down right away. The Abe drops out of the ice block, but here comes Bob and the Blizzard. We could see this turn around here for the Jalapenos if they get a couple critical picks. Bethcon finds Instante, but if you look, Sir Blake is on the high ground trying to find anything he can, but Modify continues to hold on. And we see up in the sky, Vet. He's contesting from above. Oh, they see him now. They see him. They're not falling for that. Creative play there from Vet. And here comes Bob from C Poppy pouring in the damage.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. Bob is doing a nice job contesting the point, making him choose angles there. C Poppy's doing a great job. He absolutely cares.
C Poppy. Bob, I mean, I got to give much credit to Bob. It's like he's an aimbot, but my goodness, C Poppy just says, yes, this is my point, and my goodness, he's everybody's Poppy right now.
Amen. C Poppy was the carry for that one. He was able to. He's hitting the shots right now. He's hitting the shots right now. Is going to get his team a W. That's what they're missing on Ilios right now. MTT wasn't quite getting the benefits he need. Wasn't quite getting the value he needed to really mitigate Abe, but C Poppy's bringing the fire now.
2 minutes, 18 seconds in the time bank. Not bad. Good response from Modify.
Really good response. They seem to have a lot of set plays. They knew what they wanted to do, which is probably why they chose Hanamura this one. But I'm excited to see what Jalapenos do to answer here. Are they going to go with the Symmetra? Let's see what they got up their sleeve.
There, it looks like Abe locked the Symmetra right away. So we'll see if that sticks around here. Looking at Modify, that comes out on the May and on the Ash. See Poppy on that Ash looked really strong last on the attack. So we will see if it pays off just as much here. Ash back in the meta is interesting. I feel like it's just not something you see a whole lot of. If you're wanting hit scans, you're typically looking at McCree's, or Widowmakers.
Right. And this is something I think Modify's putting a lot of trust in C Poppy, giving him a pocket here. When you give him that the damage boost from the Mercy, it makes those headshots dangerous. It's basically Widow. They're putting a lot of faith in C Poppy we trust.
In C Poppy we trust, and in C Poppy Modify trusts, and that is looking to be what they're riding on right now. Here comes the telly from Abe. They are setting it up on the high ground. Good choice there. Playing it a little slow. They're going to try to set up on the stair side of the point, trying to get a nice angle to rain in some damage here. Here comes the turrets in from Abe, trying to set up a little bit of a crossfire here. Bard brought very low by those energy balls from Abe. Instante stunned out. He's brought very low, but he swings through and finds two. Instante finds a third as well. Sir Blake does get barred, but Modify is taking this first fight.
The difference here is the off angle. It's the same thing. It's the same idea that Modify had, but they had left their Ash sitting back at choke and able to create some angles, make him choose where that Reinhardt needs to put his shield. Great job recognizing that it was coming in right away, backing up the point, and just sitting tight there. They did a nice job. They made Jalapenos come to them, which is super important here.
Exactly. So Jalapenos looking to reset up here. They're staying on the teleporter strat. They're staying all the way back in point. If you're looking at Modify here, they take another angle here, and Sir Blake finds the kill. That's a big kill on a C Poppy. Oh, the wall comes out right away, trying to mitigate out the damage from that from the amplification matrix. Wet Nuddle brings back C Poppy, however. So the damage continues to pour in from both teams. Vet is extremely low right now. The Bob comes in from C Poppy.
There's the grab.
And there's the damage. Holy Jalapeno is unable to stand up to C Poppy and stand bumper.
Yeah, really good job. They're holding this. They need to take out Sir Blake here at some point, just doing junk things. Really, really great ultimate discipline here from Modify there. They just used Grav and Bop. They had a plan for it. They're coming in on a Shatter, and they're coming in on a Blizzard here as well, with quite a few coming online for Jalapenos as well. Let's just see what they do with them.
So with that wall in play now, Abe is going to be able to bisect that point, which is going to give a clear advantage to the Jalapenos here. So it's a matter of how well they can use that. The wall comes out, splits off about a third of the point, and they're taking the fight right to him. The Earth Shatter comes in. Massive Shatter from Instante. Tons of damage coming in here. The Sound Barrier comes in a little bit late from Snippers. Several members of their team already have fallen. Malalia finds the Reinhardt, but that is just not enough to win this, turn this one back around. Wet Nuddle picks Instante off the ground, and it's like nothing ever happened. Modify remains in control.
It's just a reset. They use their Blizzard, they use their Valk, they have a Coalescence, and they have Bob coming up here too. Good ultimate rotation. We have a Bob. We have for Jalapenos, we're going to have a Shatter here and a Bomb. We'll see. Look for a Shatter Bomb combo. We also have a Tire as well. It could get a little interesting here.
Could get interesting. They're going to be looking for these ults. Oh, Vet is already split off from the team. The counter charge onto Instante. Bard is taken down by Snipper. That's a big early kill. Losing that May takes away a lot of the space control. Sir Blake finds Lekka as well. There's two down already for Modify. Their minimal investment might be needed here from Jalapenos, but the Beth Bomb comes in trying to find some value, and he does take out C Poppy. The res comes in. Oh, but Wet Nuddle is found by Sir Blake's Tire. Maybe a little bit of an ult over investment, but nonetheless, I guess you got to get the point first.
You got to get the point. They wanted to make sure they didn't want to leave anything to chance. When you have possibly a Bob and a Grav coming out, they knew that was coming, so they had to make sure that they got that. And I want to say that whole thing was Snipper. Snipper started that whole thing, picking off Bard early, and that was really open up the choke for him there. May is such a nuisance on that choke point, and taking him out right away really opened it up for him.
Absolutely, no questions about that here. Modify is taking that high ground position away. They got a couple of ults here, so it'll be tough for Jalapenos to get in here without a fantastic Earth Shatter from Vet. Now, granted, we've seen that all night, so who knows if it'll happen again.
Absolutely.
It's going to be tough for Jalapenos to get in here, and they seem to recognize that trying to move into that comp is going to be a bit of a challenge, so they look to be kind of doing a little bit of a feign here, or...
Yeah, they're looking at some off angles with Abe on his Hanzo there. He's seeing what he can do, and watch out for it. Really
He's taking extremely low. The Earth Shatter from Vet is going to put down Modify members, but it was too late as the Graviton Surge already brought down his team insanely low. And it's just too much damage out of the Jalapenos to get any value out of that ultimate.
Yeah, it was a little bit... Vet goes for the hero shatter here just to try to give his team a little bit of time. Wasn't quite enough, and it's ultimately it's a lost ult.
Malalia is already back up to another amplification matrix. Seems to be getting one roughly, or it's about 2 every 3 fights. So
absolutely, it seems like it. Abe's coming up on a dragon. That could be what could crack open that upper point there. The Dragon's Rights definitely give him that opportunity.
Ooh, the wall didn't find the value that Bard was looking for there, so the Jalapenos will be able to pour in. The Earth Shatter comes in, does not find anything for Instante. Amplification matrix in for Malalia. Sir Blake already finds the Mercy. It's a big kill. Beth trying to take some out from the off angle, but C Poppy finds every bit of value he needs on that Ashe. He takes down pretty much the whole team on his own.
Yeah, C Poppy's getting a lot of value out of. Bob's one of those ultimates that's really tough to get a ton of value. It's really easy to kind of mitigate him. You push him off to the side, but he's throwing him at just the right time. Really good placement, and it's basically splitting their team. It's giving that back pressure while Instante and Stan Bumper push right into him.
All right. Oh, that is already walled off. Great wall there from Bard, trying to make up for the last one. The wall's already broken though. So Wet Nuddle does take out the lamp already. Sir Blake comes in with the Deadeye, does not find anything, but Abe takes down C Poppy, the menace from the previous fight. But the Blizzard comes in from Bard. We see the Jalapenos frozen solid on the point, and
late dragon there.
Late dragon in, and it's not finding any value, unfortunately. If you're a Jalapeno fan, they're down to 40 seconds left. That dragon could have came in real handy here.
That dragon could have came in. They're gonna have a bomb. They're gonna have beat here, but that grav off the point could be something that could stop them dead in their tracks. Look for Beth to try to eat it. I do want to point out there was a little misplay on that. Malalia threw her eye field really early in that fight and looked like she missed her mark. They probably really could have used that when that Blizzard came out.
Definitely could have been really handy there. Caused a massive split for the Jalapenos. The Beth Bomb comes in from Bethcon. The Graviton Surge follows suit here. No deaths for anybody, however. The beat is dropped by Sniffer. And there goes Bob. We've seen C Poppy do so much, but Malalia finds a sleep right away. And the Jalapenos look to be taking the early advantage here. They take down 3 already. Bob is back awake from the slumber, and C Poppy looks to take this one back for Modify. Jalapeno is still holding up strong on the point here. They find Stan Bumper, and Jalapenos look to be settled to take this one in overtime. The Stalk is coming out here from Modify. They're going to try to turn this one around. And here comes C Poppy out on the Tracer. Instante charges through the point, but here comes the Dragon Strike from Abe. The point contest is back on. Abe finds 3, however. Abe trying to make up for that errant dragon in the last fight here. Abe is doing everything he needs to on this one. The Nano Boost comes in with the Earth Shatter as an exclamation point.
Really good job by there. Abe showed up. Abe he needed to find his groove, but when they needed Abe showed up. Really great job by them. Good hold by a really good hold by Modify there, getting them down to overtime. So it's going to be a push just for a tick.
That's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough here, but Jalapenos have made it drawable. And you know what? Given how those first attacks were going on point A, I think they would be pretty happy with that right now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think the confidence is in Modify's court. They're feeling very confident here. I think they have the strats for it. I see them taking this one, but this is Jalapenos we're talking about.
This is Jalapenos we're talking about. I am excited to see what happens here on this attack. Jalapenos are a fantastic team. We've seen them clutch up so often, and they're bringing a different look here. They're coming out on the double shield.
Yeah, they're looking maybe for a hard point defense here. If they do go with the Symmetra, and if they give Symmetra the protection they need, Symmetra is going to absolutely tear through both of those shields. We'll see what happens. They're probably going to look to capitalize and get some early picks with Snipper on the Zenyatta, which we don't see a lot of. I'm very excited. I'm a Zen main myself.
One thing I will say is while double shield does give that give Symmetra a lot of charge, it also really keeps them from putting in the damage on the team until those shields are down. So it gives you a brief window of time to stun them out. You can stun them, and then they're just gone.
That's true. Abe's been hitting his shots. Give Abe time, and that right now that's what they get to do. Give Abe, give Sir Blake some time, and give Snipper some time back there too.
Yep, absolutely. We'll see if the Jalapenos can rise to the occasion here. Teleport comes into the high ground for Bard, and look at the damage coming in. Very good pick onto the main tank here. Modify looks to be settling in for a bit of a soft reset in the high ground here. And Jalapenos, not in any hurry to rush this. They know they got to come to them.
They got to come to them. They're set up for a hard point defense here, and that's what they're going to do. They have Malalia sitting there. They have their Torb turret sitting behind his shield. I'm just curious that's how they do it. That makes sense.
Yes.
I was like, how are they going to get his ass up there?
With the same way they got there in the first place.
You know what?
The off-angle charge is still going to be coming in here. We see C Poppy still on that Ashe, looking to set up that off-angle, but they're ready for it. Jalapenos are not falling for it this time. They're making it really tough for C Poppy to find any value. So the right play, and look at A putting all the defense out onto C Poppy as well. They're putting so much pressure onto the Ashe here, and I love it because the Ashe was doing all the damage last time.
It's a very good rotation by C Poppy though. He's getting in behind him. He's forcing the angle right now, and they're having to push really far back in. They're letting them come in here, and they're in range for Bard right now.
We might only see one fight here, but right now Modify appears to be coming out on the positive end here. We see the we see the immortality already brought down, and the damage from Modify, and we've evened the score 1-1.
Really great job by Modify. Really great job by C Poppy. He's trying to do the same thing. Jalapenos did whatever they could to mitigate it, so he just rotated. He rotated. He got his angles. He put pressure on him, and as you see, C Poppy with the play of the game. It's a really nice. Really great.
Poppy, also known as Samantha Elf, also known as Apex. We've seen them on so many different names all season, but they have risen to the occasion all season as well. Fantastic player without a question, and C Poppy finds everything he needs on that map to really lead Modify to the win. So we're tied 1-1. Are we settling in for another 7 or 8 map classic here?
And it's feeling like it, and I'm not mad about it. This is exactly what we wanted. It's a back and forth. It's not a blowout either way. It's a lot of really, really solid Overwatch, and I'm just excited to be here.
We are in for a treat tonight, everyone. We're getting ready here next. We're going to go to a hybrid map next. A few different maps in the rotation here. You got Blizzard World, you got Eichenwald, and you got Kings Row. Kings Row is the clear favorite for a lot of people here. What do you expect to see coming out here from Holy Jalapenos?
I expect Kings Row. I think Kings Row is going to be something that... It's the map they're confident on. I think it's a map a lot of teams are confident on. Everyone's confident on Kings Row, and that's the beauty of it. I see Jalapenos coming back with it. I think they're still a confident team. They know what they're doing. They just got beat by some strats. Hanamura is one of those maps that if a team's got a really set strategy for it, it's hard to beat because they're practiced. They know exactly what they're doing. But we'll see what's going on. I'm excited. I think we're gonna see Kings Row.
I expect Kings Row as well. Jalapenos have map pick here, though. So teams are starting to shuffle their rosters up a little bit. I don't know if we're going to see we're actually seeing C Poppy already back on the bench for Modify. They're bringing back in MTT. Wet Nuddle also finds his way back to the bench, back in for Wet Mitten. Jalapenos got that map pick. It looks to be rocking the same roster here as well. They have Pog waiting to come in on DPS. It's gonna be. Do you really sit C Poppy right now, though?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
The reason I say yes is MTT's got to have a chance too.
That's true.
See Poppy's running the hot hand now, but with the rules that we have in Tranquility Community, they have to play 2 maps within the first 4. Get him now, keep his confidence up. And I had a little coach in soccer talk about it. When somebody's feeling down, you put them in. You work through your issues. You work through kind of the stress you're going through. I think it was just early nerves from MTT, but we've seen them all season. he has some cred, he has some ability. I think he's going to feel confident again and start to push.
All right, the selection has come in from the Jalapenos here. They have chosen Blizzard World.
Okay.
Right. So not necessarily expected, but you can play a lot of heroes on this map, and that could. We could see that Pharah come back in from Abe on this map here.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Abe. I think that's why they picked it too. So King's Row is something I think that would probably play into Modify strengths right now, and I think we're going to see Abe running the fair again. They had some success on Ilios, and by some I mean a ton of success, embarrassing amounts of success. So I think we're going to see some more of that. They're going to play to their strengths right now. We're going to see Bethcon. Ooh, they're sitting Abe.
Interesting. Did not expect that. Now they're bringing in
Pog.
Pog?
Do you know what Pog is short for?
What is it short for, Thug?
Pogfish.
No, it's short for PogChamp, I think.
Pogfish. Okay. Change his name. I'm staring at my camera too.
You're staring at your camera.
It doesn't make any sense. I want a reaction, everybody. I miss it. Abe, interesting play.
All right. Looks like teams are ready to go here, and we are kicking off on Blizzard World. For those of you who are tuning in right now, just remember, we do have 2 other great matches coming up this week yet to come. Right now, tomorrow is in the Discord tier, the semifinals between Tailwind and Caliber. The 4th time these teams have taken each other on this season. The grudge match to end all grudge matches there will be a great match. And then on Friday, well, currently scheduled for Friday. There might be a change in that, but we will let you know if that's the case. We have Uncommitted taking on Rebellion in the Transcendence tier semifinals, with the winner taking on Second Chance next week in the finals.
I'm excited for it. And what I'm loving about this right now is we have the Harmony tier finals right now, and then next week we get Discord and Transcendence tier finals. We get 2 weeks of finals. This is the greatest thing ever. I mean, it's not like college. No one likes finals in college, but we love finals in Overwatch Tranquility community.
All right. Looks like everybody's getting settled in here, and we see the Symmetra right away. Probably just a teleporter to get out of spawn from Bard, I would imagine. I guess although we could see a teleporter strat, you know what? I just don't know what to expect. This is Harmony tier. People do a lot of different weird things in Harmony tier.
We're seeing Holly Jalapenos come out with the double sniper, which is why Pog's in. This makes more sense now. Pog is a very good Hanzo player. Sir Blake sitting on the Widow. Let's see what they do for it here with Vet and that shield coming up. We'll see how much value they can get out of it. This is why. Bard's switching over to the Pharaoh right now. This was a smart play. Let's see if Sir Blake can get a shot here. Oh, MTT with a big pick onto Sir Blake. That's going to give Bard a ton of room to work with.
MTT trying to make up for lost time and the struggles against their Far Mercy. We see that Far Mercy from Bard coming in. It's the Bard, well known for his Far Mercy play, trying to make up for his performance on Ilios here. Finds Pog. 2 down already for the Jalapenos, and it's just a matter of time now before they fall here. Vet finds the charge on... I'm sorry. Yes, Vet finds the charge onto Instante, and he does take him down. But I don't believe it's going to make much of a difference. But Sir Blake is back in the fold, trying to find a way to get shots on the Bard, but the rest of the team falls, and I don't think a Widowmaker can take this on his own.
And this is exactly what I'm talking about here. MTT has the ability. He just needed the confidence. If this isn't a confidence booster and a confidence flex, I don't know what else is.
All right. Modify feels real good right now. Bard looking to be settled in on that Pharah right now, already up to that barrage. Good position right now. We're the only ult coming up here for the Jalapenos. They should have a Nano, and they should have an Earth Shatter here. Sir Blake dropping low, taking a lot of pressure, but he's able to get topped back off here by Malalia. Lots of damage continuing to be brought in as the ults build for both teams. Bard finds the pressure is just too much from that Pharah right now, and look at all the space that Instante is gaining for his team right now, pushing up with that splash damage from Bard.
Yeah, early pickups by Bard are giving him so much space to work with. He just has free reign on the team right now, and this is almost the exact opposite of what we saw against on Ilios here.
My goodness, look at the point control right now from all of Modify. I don't know how the Jalapenos can even exit their spawn right now.
Yeah, I think they just have to calm down. They need to take a breath. They need to figure out a plan and push forward with it. Right now, Bard is getting far too much value. They need to put a priority on mitigating Bard.
But that that flame strike cuts through almost the entirety of the Holy Jalapenos, and they're brought so low. We see Sound Barrier and Nano Boost comes in. Vet with the Shatter finds the people he needs, but there might not be enough follow-up here. But the Jalapenos are pushing back Modify finally. Modify does take down Pog, so they might be able to spin this back around fairly quickly here with a quick soft reset. And that looks like what they're going for, but Stan Bumper does have to take a nap, so it might be a little longer of a reset now. It's a big sleep, actually.
Sleeping on the job. Big pick by Sir Blake on Delico.
Ooh, that'll definitely slow down Modify in really a breath now for the Jalapenos.
Yeah, really good switch by Bethcon off the Diva onto the Sigma, allowed to get some more support for the team on the ground. Just throw a shield at Bard, and it really pushes him off. And it forced Bard off there. He's now onto the May.
All right, back onto the May now for Bard. You know, it's got to be a small. Oh, but Sir Blake.
Early Valkyrie, Sir Blake with a great pick, and there's a counter pick by MTT.
Oh, that's a good spin back here, or a good way to spin it back here.
Look at this angle. Look at this angle MTT has. Big shatter.
Huge Earth Shatter, and MTT sweeping through them with the headshots. MTT being taken on by Bethcon, but it's just one Sigma left on the point here, and Modify finally able to cap point B.
Oh, that was a phenomenal Earth Shatter and really great angle by MTT. I saw him. He gets the pick off onto Sir Blake, and then Malali was just sitting scoped in. Didn't see him on the flank there. That was a really, really, really ballsy play, but it paid off.
Very ballsy play, but these are the kind of plays we're seeing from Modify. They're doing a lot of these little set plays, these set off angles, paying off for them. It's making it really hard for the Jalapenos to adjust to these things.
Absolutely not. This is MTT. MTT is feeling very confident. He's giving his team so much space to work with. Just the threat of getting their head clicked is making Jalapenos play a little bit slower, play a little bit of a more controlled pace than they're used to.
All right. And here comes the Coalescence in from Lekka, putting in a lot of healing and a lot of damage. The Sound Barrier response from Snipper, and Bethcon comes out with the Gravitic Flux. Lots of people dropped very low for Modify, but
very low.
Oh, but now both teams trading picks. Sir Blake comes out on the positive end of that Widow duel. Oh, and I'm taking a nap on the job as Instante, but they do manage to keep him up through that despite being at about 1 bar health, and Snipper is dropped. Modify looks to be spinning or keeping this one going.
You know, Sir Blake's getting the pickoffs here, but it doesn't seem to be enough. They're not able to press W hard enough into it. Sir Blake's giving them the opportunity, but they're just walking this right to point. Right,
they are. They're walking right in. The wall slows them right down. Here comes the Blizzard in from Bard. High Noon comes out from Pog. He finds Whitmitten. That's a big kill, taking down that support. But Stan Bumper on the Zarya finds 3. Bethcon takes the Nano, is sitting on the point, putting a lot of damage. They might be able to spin this one back in their favor here. Oh, but the picks coming in from NTT and Bard takes down Snipper, and that should be all she wrote here for the Jalapenos and Modify with the full pull with 2 minutes and 37 seconds left.
That was phenomenal job by Modify there. There just wasn't enough point presence. I didn't feel like Jalapenos wanted to even touch the point, like they were allergic to it. If you watched all of point 3, Sir Blake's giving him the space. He's getting pick after pick after pick, but it didn't stop the forward momentum that Modify had. They just sat on cart, and they just kept pushing forward and pushing forward and pushing forward. So I would like to see Jalapenos capitalize a little bit more on the picks that their DPS are getting and just press W into them.
I would like to see that too. I don't feel like there's enough aggression right now from the Jalapenos. Modify just seems to be controlling the pace of play.
And I feel like it's a lot to do with MTT. Right now, MTT is he's getting the picks, and when he's getting these picks, and his team is pressing W. Look at the aggression that Instante and Stan Bumper bring as a tank lineup. They're able to just dictate that pace of play. And I want to give a little shout out to Bard as well. With a May sitting with your tank lineup, it is so hard to sit there and try to challenge that. It is very, very difficult. I'm sure every Reinhardt main, Ski, you're a main tank main yourself. You love yourself some May.
I do. I do when it's on my team.
Right, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. When it's on the enemy team, she is the devil and needs to go away. But if she's on my team, I love it. She is just there. She's there for me. She protects me. She enables me. She's like my own little personal shrink. You know, it's great. All right. The Jalapenos are going to need to respond here. They come out on the May McCree. with the Zarya and Reinhardt. We haven't seen, I mean, we've seen a little bit of that Beth Diva, but Beth definitely moving over to that Zarya a lot more than we used to see from her. More known for her Diva play. Nonetheless, back on MTT on the Doomfist now. MTT known for their hit scan, but now Doomfist. Oh, a great wall though from Sir Blake. But it doesn't matter. Vet is taken down. Instante also dropped, however. Stan Bumper is finding the kills right now. But both teams are exchanging kills. The Jalapenos have a quicker reset time here. They might be able to get a quick reset in before all of Modify is back on the point.
Yeah, they're looking that you can see Whitman going back there to try to get his team back as quickly as possible. I believe Bard's going to be the slowest of the team. I mean, Reinhardt's got a shift. He can just run in. But Jalapenos know their window was very, very small. They got to run quick. And oh my gosh, if you look at MTT, doesn't know. He doesn't
MTT,
know. Oh,
he doesn't know.
No, he knows.
He knows now. He's gone.
They're taking a long rotation here by Jalapenos. I love this one. They're trying to get behind him. I wonder if they recognize it. Great recognition from Modify here.
And good adjustments from them. They immediately adjust their angles here. The punch goes in from MTT, not able to connect onto anybody. That is brought down to about half health right now. MTT goes charging in again, misses another punch. Almost dropped down, but he's able to get out of there with the uppercut. MTT finds Sir Blake, third time's the charm for MTT. But Beth responds with a kill onto Bard. We see the sound barrier come out. And the massive shatter from Instante. My goodness, Instante winning this one in an Instante for Modify.
You know, Instante must have had a big pep talk from Mythic Forehead there on the break, because this is a different man than we saw the first couple maps. Vet was getting the benefit of this Rhine v Rhine, but it's changing. It's changing rather quickly. And you can see Pog switching over to a Pharah now.
All right, I got the Pharmacy in, and I apologize for the puns. That won't be the last one tonight. So you can expect many more.
You apologize for nothing.
We have 3 ults now up. Whitmitten brought very low, but he's going to be able to get himself back topped off. Pog is going to be able to get a lot of damage in without a hit scan. I expect Pog to get a ton of value here. Coalescence dropped in, and the Blizzard from Sir Blake as well. Not finding a whole lot as Modify is able to get out of that. The meteor strike comes in from MTT. Nobody's found any kills despite all these ults. What is this, goats?
It feels like it here. Oh,
feels like it. Oh, but Pog already up to the barrage, but he doesn't get really much out of it. We see kills being traded out, but Modify comes out on the positive again.
Yeah, that was the Blizzard by Sir Blake didn't catch anybody. There was a really interesting spot. You saw Bard. He was in it. He jumped on a little haystack right by that little hut there, just outside of it. Just outside, he was able to survive.
Wow, great play there. Modify continues to remain stable here despite the ult investment from both teams. Modify continues to come out of the positive, but the ults clearly favoring, clearly put in the favor now of the Jalapenos, coming with both tank ults. MTT is going to need to try to find an early kill, but that's not what they were looking for. Big advantage set up now here as Pog finds a second. The Earth Shatter comes in, finds Stan Bumper. Lika does take out Sir Blake, so they're still finding some kills for Modify, but 3 down for Modify right now. Looks like they're continuing to be brought down. Bethcon finding several kills there on the Zarya, and it looks like Jalapenos finally get to take point A.
Now, really great job. Pog really cracked open that tuna can there. Get a couple early picks on MTT. Onto MTT and put a lot of pressure on the Barb, forced out his block right away. Really great job. Good switch, recognizing when you need to just switch it up.
Very good switch there. Definitely made the big difference there. We did see the adjustment now. MTT switching over to the McCree off of the Doomfist and seeing if he can find a way to counter out that Pharmacy. Hopefully finds a little bit better luck than his opponent did in the last round that led to him getting so much value. Or Bard getting so much value. The Graviton Surge comes in from Stan Bumper. Tons of damage pouring in as Sir Blake is taken down by Instante. And look at all the damage from Modify. The aggression taking them all the way back to spawn. And Holy Jalapeno is going to need to reset here. They have a long way to go and only a minute and a half to do it.
Yeah, Jalapenos got a large thing on here. What I want to see them only invest one of these DPS coming out. Figure out what your plan's going to be. Don't invest both. If you invest both and you get two, you have one team fight win with a minute 32, they're going to need those big plays. They're going to need a big tire. They're going to need a big barrage there.
Oh, look at the barrage from Pog! Oh, that's so cheeky! That's so cheeky onto Instante, and they have no main tank now. Ricky the tire come in from Sir Blake, finds Bard, and it does look like that Jalapenos now have a clear advantage here with a 5-3. They're continuing to push this cart, couple men on, as Vet continues to try to clear space out of the middle here. But it looks like Modify will at least get one good solid fight here before the end of this point. It'll probably be last fight territory now for both teams on this point.
Right, Modify's got to be feeling confident. They have 4 here. They're going to have a Grav coming up as well. But we are looking at a double tank again from Holy Jalapenos. Just get a... Oh,
Deadeye for Modify finds Snipper. It's a big kill. But that said, immediate response from Pog taking out MTT, and Sir Blake finds Bard. DPS from both teams are down. Just tanks and supports beating on each other right now, and that's gonna
shatter.
Oh, Vet with a huge shatter, but there's no DPS to follow up. They're trying to continue to follow up just on his own, but Malalia finding tons of kills on that Moira, holding that right click down like the all-star support she is.
Absolutely. Great recognition by Vet, knowing they have all the advantage they need. He knew they were going to press W into him. They had the beat on him. They had the extra shielding. He knew as soon as he got that shatter, he can pop it down and get at least a 3-man.
Jalapenos get the crucial picks they need to get this one right before overtime ticks on. Instante does get the late kill onto Malalia, but it doesn't matter. They have to pull back here as the respawn will come in very close from Malalia here, and she's able to get the team topped off. The Graviton Surge is in from Bethcon, but we do see 3 ults in response from Modify. Modify with the clear ult advantage here.
Yep. Right now, it's things are looking in Modify's favor with only a minute left in the ult advantage. An early more ult here. Uh-oh.
Oh, here comes the tire coming in from Sir Blake. That's going to be everything here. He's trying to find the kills, and he finds Stan Bumper and Lika. MTT takes himself.
And a big shatter.
Wow. Oh, it's Dante. Finds 2 on charge. Oh, my goodness. Oh. But it doesn't matter. Jalapenos still pushing the cart through. This one's not over yet.
Not over yet, and how the tables had turned, Mr. Vet. How the tables had turned with that there. But right now, this falls in the favor of Modify with the respawns coming so quickly here. But with
they're already they're soft reset from Jalapenos to get everybody set back up. Blizzard comes in right away. Oh, and it's a great one.
They got to take out Beth. They have to take out Beth.
They got rid of the grab. No Graviton Surge comes in now. But Jalapenos are responding with a couple of kills, but Modify continues to press W right into the faces of the Jalapenos here. The beat is dropped by Whit Mitten, and Modify is in prime shape here. Overtime wick ticking down as Malalia and Snipper are trying to draw down the point. The beat is being dropped. A great boop up into the air from Whit Mittens prevents that beat from being dropped, and the Jalapenos unable to push through. Modify takes a 2-1 lead into halftime.
Very interesting play. I love the aggressive play by Bard there. He knew Beth had his Graviton Surge. He ulted first. A lot of times it comes down to who has the play coming up. You're going to ult first. You got to come in. Big play by Instante. Really good play. Again, Modify had a lot of individuals doing great things. Not anyone popping off. But if I had to give one specific player on either team, I'm giving this to MTT. MTT showed up. The confidence is there, and kind of like I said prior to the match, this is his opportunity. It's you're coming back in. You struggled on Ilios, come in, and he absolutely dictated the pace on that first push.
Fantastic play from both teams so far. We are settled in now for what appears to be a classic in the Tranquility community. We'll come back here in about 10 minutes. See you then after this halftime. We will be right back. Welcome back, everybody. From halftime, we sit now with the number 2 seed Modify up early, 2-1 over the number 1 seed and defending champion Holy Jalapenos. 2-1. Being ahead against the Holy Jalapenos is not an unfamiliar sign for Modify, though, is it?
Definitely not for Modify. They had a head-to-head match this season, and it went the way 3-1 Modify. So this is a position Modify's used to being in. And fun fact, the only map that they actually lost was Nimbani when they had to go 5v6. So Modify seems to be one of the only teams that had Jalapenos number. Let's see if they can keep it going on Gibraltar here.
Right. Gibraltar is a map. We see a lot of snipers come in, and lo and behold, taking a look at the teams coming in here, we see both C Poppy and Sir Blake in the match. Both those players have shown fantastic work on those hit scans right now. That is going to be the critical thing, the critical matchup here. Everybody else seems fairly evenly matched. We've seen the tanks kind of exchanging control. We've seen the supports kind of exchanging control. It's really been kind of down to which DPS seems to be having the better map.
Yeah, absolutely. And Abe's putting back in now, and let's see if this is another decent Pharaoh map here. You can get a lot of work done on first point and third point. Let's see if they go back to that, what Abe seems to be comfortable in. His Hans is actually pretty spicy as well. But I think this is really coming down to a battle of the hit scans. If it's going to be a Widow matchup, and Modify seems to be taking the advantage here and getting the one up.
They are. Now, it's worth noting that last season, we did see the Holy Jalapenos down early in their finals against the Undead Batteries. They dropped down to 3-1 before they ran it back to 4-3 victory. So Holy Jalapenos, not necessarily unfamiliar territory for them being down in a finals. But that said, this is a very different Holy Jalapenos team.
Right. Very different team. I could only imagine the conversation that is being had, and the leadership from Beth and Mallard is very, very similar. This is a long way to go. These playoff matches are absolute marathons. It can get much longer than a lot of teams are used to playing, and even used to scrimming for the most part. So at this point, it's really going to come down to stamina. We're going to be coming up past the point that most teams are used to playing. So we shall see if the stamina is on the way of Modify or if Jalapenos are going to come off in the end.
Now, Jalapenos trying to become the first team to ever win more than one championship here in the Tranquility community. They're the only team that has a chance right now. I guess Uncommitted is kind of like Commit from last season, but they're technically not the same team anymore. So it's interesting. The same organization winning the same tier twice in a row would be a pretty massive deal, and definitely the first true Tranquility dynasty across any tier in the Holy Jalapenos. Nonetheless, still a lot to be proud of for even just getting to this point. Same with Modify too. Again, we talked about them at the beginning, a team that kind of everybody expected to be a bit of a bottom feeder.
Yep, absolutely.
And again, it's like with Modify, there's no one player on that team that's an absolute star. Look at this. Actually, wait, hold on. Enough.
Oh,
I think I just lost.
I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. Very intrigued. Let's.
I'm pretty sure I just lost.
I absolutely love these forward holds on here. Even if you lose, it takes so much time off.
Oh, they knew. They knew though. They saw it coming. Somebody saw it from the top window. And look at all the damage being put in. No advantage being granted here as Bard finds the early kill onto Sir Blake. And Bard finding all the kills he needs to find. All the damage coming in from above. Already over 50% to his ult. And the early hold is a disaster for the Jalapenos.
Yeah, they knew. They absolutely knew. And I don't know if that's something they saw somebody going over there, or they just recognized nobody else was there. This in this elo here, everyone sits by this blue tarp and they wait, and you can see people jumping around and just goofing around. No one's there. They've got to be close. They've got to be close.
They got to be doing something, or maybe it's something in scouting. Either way, great work from Modify. Change comes in. We see the hit scans now. Blake and A both on hit scans, but it doesn't matter. Modify finding all the kills they need to right now. Snipper brings back Malalia from the dead. Vet trying to turn this around, does pick off Instante, so the front line is hurting, but it doesn't. Who needs a front line when you got a back line like C Poppy? My goodness, C Poppy finding all the kills that Modify needs right now.
Yeah, C Poppy and Bard are running absolute roughshod on here. C Poppy is hitting these shots, and
Ooh,
again,
rough
this is feeling a
spawns.
lot.
Rough spawns. We'll see if the jalapenos they are going to be. Oh, the Mercy getting out late though. Is Snipper going to be? No, he is not.
Great
That's a
direct by Bard.
great direct from Bard. Bard putting all the pressure right now. He's got jalapenos already running back to point C.
Yeah, this is something you don't want to be in this position if you're the Holy Jalapenos. Second point is very hard to retake when they have car control, they have spaceship control. This is something really hard. Let's see if Beth can push Bard off.
I mean, it's such great positioning here from Modified. It pays off. See Poppy finding another kill. My goodness, from Modify right now, it is incredible what we are seeing. Modify with that cart presence. Jalapenos finally able to get the high ground, and they are pushing onto the cart now. Coalescence comes in. Oh, the barrage is shut down from Bard, but the kills are still coming in for Modify, so it does not matter as C Poppy and Lika find everything they need. Modify just continuing this incredibly aggressive offense.
You know, this is something I'm really wrecking now. Really light stagger on the Snipper. Really light stagger. So I'm watching Modify. Modify is prioritizing the cart. Modify is prioritizing the cart. Jalapenos seem to be looking for just these different high grounds and things like they're taking a long time to rotate. And during that time, there's no contest. No contest.
The pace control from Modify is incredible right now. Like their front line is just they've taken notes and they are just controlling this. Bard finds Bard on that Pharah, and see Poppy finds Sir Blake. It's just a steamroll right now for Modify.
Yeah, Abe switching off to the McCree to try to get some work onto Abe here, or onto Bard. Bard is absolutely...
Oh, her shatter from Vet is blocked. The jalapenos are reeling right now. You can feel it. That was a frustration shatter if I've ever seen it. Sir Blake comes out on the Echo and just can't even get out the door.
Yeah, it's right now. This is the this is the Modify show. Big grab right on spawn there. See if they can get Snipper off the cart and finish this up in a hurry.
Snipper hangs out on the cart there. The ball comes in. Bard pours in the barrage. It's not able to find anything. The Diva Bomb is put in from Beth, and they're going to be able to turn this now with the massive Beth Bomb, taking the Pharmacy down. Oh, but there's Shatter! Instante's still trying to win this one right now.
When you have the Ryan and Azaria and the Moira, you can still do work.
Oh my goodness, they're still holding off on this cart. They don't have the damage to take Vet off right now, so Vet's just spinning around. He's charged away, but Abe is back on the point on the Tracer as well. The continued point pressure from Modify is not yielding the results yet, but here comes Bob from Sir Poppy. Modify, the unrelenting aggression. And it's going to be all the nearly 4 minutes on the clock.
This may be one of the fastest Gibraltars we've seen out of the Harmony tier this season. An absolute domination and a clinic put on by Modify. That is all about cart pressure and cart control. I don't feel like Jalapenos had a chance to even get a full recontest.
I don't know if they did.
Even the massive Beth bomb there right at the end, I thought the thing was going to be over. Like they're stopped. Okay, they stopped. Instante said, absolutely not. No, sir, not for me, not today. Drop the shatter. It's incredible.
This pace control is just a clinic right now for Modify. The spacing they're playing with, the way that they're taking their angles, the tanks are pushing up, establishing new front lines. Their DPS are pushing up, establishing off angles. Jalapenos can't even adjust in time before Modify's taken another massive chunk of space. This is just textbook Overwatch play from Modify that we're seeing on offense, and the Jalapenos just are absolutely reeling right now.
Yeah,
I don't know how they're going to spin this back.
They have to stick to the game plan. At this point, it's not over till it's over. Like we talked about prior to it, they went down 3-1 before they actually got into it and ran the table back on them. Let's see what they can do. They look like they're coming out with a dive here, and I don't think they're going to expect that. They're going to look to isolate C Poppy here, try to mitigate the damage. C Poppy's been hitting the shots. C Poppy's been running the show here. Let's see if they can put a dive onto C Poppy and really shut him down.
And the dive comes in right away, trying to get that high ground away. Trying to get something onto this onto Modify right now to apply any sort of pressure. Modify's already dropped most of their team to half, though. The Jalapenos are going to have to stop to heal up. The damage is so consistent right now from C Poppy and Bard.
Yeah, very consistent. There's the nice dive.
Oh, great dive on the C Poppy, taking them out of the fight. Bethcon finds another. Bard wins the Pharah duel, though, and that's a big kill right now because all they have left to contest the Pharah is a Genji and a Diva, and that's not really much of a contest.
Absolutely. Let's see. Oh, they got the res off onto Abe. That's going to be very important.
Very big res onto Abe. Abe pushed it forward without his mercy, though. He's not quite taken down, so they're able to get fully reset. The Jalapenos are continuing this nice cart push right now, trying to answer the incredible time bank put in by Modify.
Oh, the big hit by Abe. They get the res off as well.
The res comes down, but Abe is taken down by Sir Poppy, so the advantage now with Modify. We'll see if they can capitalize on this. They get Bethcon out of the mech, and here comes the barrage from Bard. Bard using the barrage much more effectively than most of his talking points in the Overwatch discussion chat. That is a fantastic play there from Bard and
that was
Modify.
very targeted, Ski. That was very targeted.
Very targeted? No, I would never. Somebody clip that for him, by the way. I want to make sure he
Really
hears that
great
one.
job. That was a really solid job by Modify. Really good job by Bart, staying patient, putting the pressure, knowing that the only thing that's going to stop him right now is Beth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Jalapenos do have some ults coming back, but so does Modify. Modify is sitting with a few ults here. So who's going to be able to use these to the most effectiveness? There's a Naked Blade potentially from Blake. There's no nano boost here to give him that extra edge that the Blade often needs. Here comes the Blade coming in, trying to find kills. Almost gets Wet Noodle, but not able to finish anyone off. Still searching for kills. It's Stante with an Earth Shatter. Abe puts in the barrage, but all the ults are just not panning out right now for the Jalapenos. The Deadeye is used by C Poppy at the end there. Maybe not necessary, but Modify continues to hold.
Yeah, I'm not sure a Naked Blade and targeting somebody that with such escapability that Mercy and a Farah have is the right play. You got to find somebody else to go after there. Look for maybe one of the hit scans on the floor or more without a fade. I think they forced the issue, tried to do whatever they can, and now they're going to a Doomfist.
I don't necessarily hate the Doomfist here. Doomfist has been yielding a lot of results right now. A lot of teams get very frustrated with a Doomfist, but it's going to be tough finding the best possible value into a Pharmercy here. Running Pharmercy Doomfist into another Pharmercy, it's going to be tough.
Look for Beth to Beth to throw the bomb when Bard and Noodle are getting a little bit aggressive, or Nuddle, excuse me. They don't have an escapability.
Great dive there from Vet, takes down Lekka, but it doesn't matter. Here comes Modify, turning this back around, finds 3 kills, but Abe comes in. Here comes the Beth Bomb, finding nothing, but Abe still with all the damage. Oh, they get the point, and as they get the point, Bard uses his barrage. It's a little too late, and they pay the price for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, they lost all their card presence, and we kind of talked about it on Modify's push. When you don't have the card presence,
Sir Blake is in really deep right now. He might pay the price for that one. Oh, but he's able to get back out. Well played there from Sir Blake, trying to put in some pressure, but he's able to escape at the last possible moment. And Modify is fully reset now. But again, look at the difference between how far up Modify can hold compared to how far up Holy Jalapenos were able to hold on Modify's offense.
Correct. They didn't even get a recontest before they got to just before the end of point 2 here. So let's see if Modify can push forward here.
We see Bard now on the Torbjorn, bringing in some of that turret defense. Here comes that dive in deep from Vet, and the barrage from Abe. Finds 2, finds another one here. Lots of damage. That great, very effective dive from the Holy Jalapenos. All that's left on the point is Lika, and Lika is dropped. We saw a sound barrier invested from Malalia along with that barrage, though.
Yeah, this is the Jalapenos we want to see. This is the Jalapenos we're used to seeing throughout the regular season. The confidence, they know what they want to do. This is what we come to expect from Jalapenos, and it's really, really encouraging for me to see.
What a great match we've seen so far, folks. Tell your friends. Tell them to come watch. Throw us a follow. Come support the Overwatch Tranquility community, guys. You get these kind of quality matches 3 or 4 nights a week during the season. You can't ask for much better. And right, again, it's just a different style of attack here. The aggression from Modify. Oh, the Earth Shatter. Instante with a fantastic shatter. Oh, but it's a Deadeye from C Poppy, not able to find anything. He's dropped very low. Beth was applied great pressure onto him as soon as he started ulting there.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting spot to hold for Modifies. Well, oh, this isn't over. I thought it was over.
Interesting.
Abe with really good angle on the back line.
Right, and that turret's actually kind of really tough to deal with right now. Oh, Malalia is caught out, and she's going to be taken down by the stand bumper Diva Bomb. Would you call it a stand bomb? I'm not really sure what to call that, but Beth finds it. Beth finds a kill herself, and Malalia is brought back up by Snipper. So the Jalapenos are going to be able to get a soft reset here and continue to put in that damage. Here comes the Beth bomb. Well placed, but not finding anything there. Instante's shield is brought down by that, and the Coalescence brought in by Lika, trying right now to get Modify back of the head, back of the advantage here, going on to the final fight, and they do. 2 minutes left here for Modify.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. We're going to see where Bard places. If he places the turret, his turret placement's very interesting. They have to divert their attention. It's something that Modify has been doing, looking for pincer angles, they're looking for back angles, making them choose where they're going to take their damage from. And if they can hold this corner like they have been doing, they're going to find a lot of success. But look out for Abe. He's going to be on the back line looking for a cheeky barrage.
That's going to be the critical ult here. Abe trying to get all the value he can. We do see the Molten Core from Bard. That is going to be a critical ult here as well. They dealt with the turret right away, first and foremost. That annoyance is out of the picture now. We see the Divas trading damage on the high ground, and Vet hops up to support. But see,
Big
Poppy
pick.
finds Abe. That's a huge early pick. The res gets off, however, and Sir Blake finds two. Sir Blake finding exactly what the doctor... Oh, but Abe taken down right away. Too aggressive on that. The High Noon is dropped by C Poppy, but is taken down by a Primal Raging Vet. Looks like the Jalapenos are going to try to still... they're so low here. I think they're going to have to reset. They are reset.
Sir Blake's, again, this is a common thing we're seeing from Jalapenos right now. Sir Blake's giving a lot of picks, but they're at the inopportune times. They're not able to put a lot of advantage on it. And we see Abe swapping over to the Genji.
I don't necessarily know if that's the play. I feel like they're going to struggle with creating those off angles. Here comes the Diva Bomb in from Stan Bumper, finds nothing. Instante! Instante with another Earth Shatter, but it's answered by a Sound Barrier from Malalia.
Really great job.
Really good job from Malalia. But Vet is dropped by Wet Nuddle. 20 seconds remaining after the Molten Core is in by Bard to zone away all of the Holy Jalapenos. Last fight here now for the Jalapenos.
Yeah, switching over to the ball from Vet here. They got to get there as quickly as possible. Bet's going to be able to build a bomb really quickly if they can really prioritize some damage. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, everything's going to be on Beth to get a huge bomb here. The Valkyrie comes in from Snipper. They're trying to put everything they can, but Beth is dropped out of mech. That's a critical bomb. A big loss there for the Holy Jalapenos. Sir Blake finds another kill, but he's taken down by Bard now. They did get a res onto Beth, so Beth will get a remech in, so they will have an opportunity here to get a potential bomb in. Lots of damage being put in by Instantes. Very close to another Earth Shatter, which could be a match ender. Here comes the bomb coming in. Bethcon finds Wet Nuddle. It's a critical kill right there for the Holy Jalapenos.
Instante's killed right before as he was doing the shatter. He lost his shatter and got killed during the shatter animation.
Huge kill there for the Jalapenos, trying to find a way to will this cart to the very end. They have the advantage, and here comes the blade from Abe, who's dropped by Bard. The bomb comes in, but it's too late. Jalapenos just managed to secure that point.
Very, very great push. I at the end I didn't know which way it was going to go. Really great plays by both teams. It was just a matter of attrition there. Great job by Jalapenos.
Man, y'all making me... I'm going to lose my voice today. This one's a good one. This one's a spicy one. We're only on map 4. Imagine if this goes to map 8. I'm going to be dead. This is incredible. Both teams playing absolutely out of their minds right now. And it looks like we have a DC from Sir Blake right now, trying to get him back in. Unlucky for the Jalapenos. They have a tough road ahead of them, despite taking the map here. Or despite taking that one, they are down in time bank 1 minute to 4 minutes and 52 seconds.
Yeah, it's gonna. They have a tall order. I'm leaning the way of Modify here just because of how dominant they looked on their attack. But we'll see. It's really anyone's game at this point.
Right.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting.
And it looks like Blake just had a blue screen. He's on his way back in. Sir Blake got a lot of great picks that round, and it helped his team a lot. But there was a complete team effort to get that cart to the end there from the Jalapeno.
Good switches at the end, and then a massive res by Snipper onto Beth.
Yes.
Losing her right away, it was startling. It was one of those things that it's oh gosh, that was kind of their wild card there. That's what they needed. That was the win condition. That's what
Well, the bomb created a ton of space, and I'm actually fortunate enough to be able to watch the stream. And we're coming up on right on the 2 minutes late, right when the bomb happened, and it forced Modify to have to kind of pull back the shield to have to turn towards the bomb, so more damage could get an Instante. Which then, when he tried to Earth Shatter, he was already down to 100 health. So all the pieces kind of came in there, and one by one by one by one, everything they needed to have happen happened.
Yeah, it's basically what it is. It's losing Instante while shattering was devastating. There's a lot of things that kind of it was a trickle down effect. It was Beth dying right away, getting res off, Beth getting the bomb off, taking down the Torp turret and Wet Nuddle, and then Instante losing his shatter mid shatter. It was a trickle down effect. It was serendipitous for Jalapenos, but I'm a firm believer that you don't make luck. Luck doesn't exist. It's made by hard work, and they're working hard. It's a lot of good communication when it comes to that.
Right. They definitely are working really hard right now. The communication is there for the Jalapenos, and the heart to respond to that. Gosh, you're getting just kind of beat up a little bit by Modify right now. And they're still able to respond. I mean, that's the kind of thing we saw last season from the Jalapenos. They never say die, never give up. I don't know if you remember, but we saw the Mallard. They were down 3-1, and he made some sort of Rocky speech at the very end, just basically talking the team up. And you got to figure those Rocky speeches are about to come out again. And he's good at it. He's good at it.
Right. Mallard does a really nice job of talking to his team and really just communicating. And it's not necessarily he's yelling at them and he's screaming. He's having a conversation, and that's the sign of a good Drew leader. And hats off to Mallard for that.
Yes, absolutely. Mallard is a fantastic leader. He's former MVP for a reason.
Right. Absolutely.
That's a big deal here. So, let's see. Right now, it looks like they're still waiting. Sir Blake is still trying to get back in right now. And right now, it looks like Modify is going to let them take the time to get him back in the game. So they're giving him some time. Good sportsman-like gesture right there from Modify.
Yep, really good job. And that's what this community is about. It's not about who rule books the other person more than the other one. It's about a community.
I hate that word, rule books.
It might have been intentional. It might not have been. Who knows?
Oh, jeez.
But we will see. We'll see how quickly Blake can get back here. I hope his internet works itself out. And it sounds like he blue screened. He didn't. Which is never good.
No, it's never a good sign. He's been kind of a little bit of a star right now for the Jalapenos as well.
Yep, absolutely.
He's their all-star nominee.
He is their all-star nominee, as well as Malali and Beth Khan. So no, Abe is. I'm pretty sure Abe is.
Are you sure? I thought it was Sir Blake.
You know what? I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check my notes here.
Let's go. Just check the notes. Let's take a look here.
Notes.
It's Abe. It's Abe. Well, you know what? I will throw that humble pie down, and we'll call it good. So,
hey, you know what? He deserves it.
Yeah, no,
and that's I think the hard part. And the hard part about these all-star stuff is everybody deserves it. Everybody's a phenomenal
you
player.
are not wrong. You are not wrong there. There's a lot of incredible talent in the Overwatch Tranquility community. We're seeing a lot of that on display here today. Tons and tons and tons of talent here from both sides. Really looking forward to seeing what we have here the rest of the way from both sides. I am blown away right now. Guys, it's tough to it's tough right now to have these technology issues. How do you kind of bounce back from these? When you're getting down, you're just sitting here listening or watching basically nothing happen, for an extended period of time. It's disheartening.
Yeah, I think it's about staying loose and making sure that you're remembering what Overwatch is designed to be, which is a fun game. Even though a lot of people don't have fun playing it, then
what's fun?
But this stuff, I think it's going to be up to Beth and Mallard to keep their team loose. Right now they're down. There's a massive time bank difference, but it's about keeping their team loose, keeping them talking, keeping them laughing, use the time to talk about things that you're struggling on.
Yep.
Take the time to really formulate some plans to try to mitigate the likes of C-Poppy and Bard. Stan Bumper and Instante are absolutely pressing W so hard, and they're exerting their dominance here. And a support lineup like Wet Nuddle and Lika seemingly working seamlessly to push this forward. So it's about keeping loose. And for Modify, it's about making sure that high doesn't get too high. It's about kind of mitigating those expectations and making sure you're staying grounded, staying like, this is our game plan. Let's not get cocky. Let's make sure we're respecting this team.
Yep.
Holy Jalapenos is the number 1 seed for a reason. They're a team that has been very dominant all season long. There's a reason that they're that way. Respect that team, even though you're up right now. Again, there's almost a 4-minute difference. You're up 2-1. Don't let it get to your head. Stay grounded. Stick with your game plan. Make sure you're executing what you came here to execute to do.
Exactly. We've seen teams get ahead in these matches, in these long matches before, and then they just fall apart. I don't know if it's pressure or what it is, but hey, guess who's back? It's Sir Blake. Hopefully off of a fresh restart, and thankfully it happened now as opposed to in the middle of the match.
Yeah, that's a really good thing. Usually we see it mid-fight with an ult, and they're gone. But now it's in between. This is good. We're very happy he's back, and it looks like we're going to be ready to go here.
Kudos to Modify for being willing to wait, guys. That's the kind of sportsmanship we like to see here in the Tranquility community. I am very impressed to see that. Kudos again to Modify on that. And that's just kind of the thing you expect to see here in the Tranquility community. I know we definitely love to see that sportsmanship. And honestly, we love to see all the support you guys are throwing us right now. We're sitting at over 110 viewers, guys. We really love having you here. If you're new to the community and you're interested in joining up, check out our Discord, !Discord. We're gearing up for Season 5 here in a couple months, and you can certainly look for a team there, or you can enter a team into one of our tiers there as well. And if you want to support us, you can type in !Store. You can buy some merchandise, or you can also subscribe using Twitch Prime or with $4.99 subscription. And we absolutely appreciate all the support. All the money goes right back into the community through giveaways, through swag bags at our meetups when they can happen because of coronavirus. We love supporting this place. It's definitely not a for-profit venture, and we love all the people in it.
Absolutely, I'm really excited. And you did mention Twitch Prime, right?
Twitch Prime.
Okay, perfect. I want to make sure.
Prime. We're gonna pop off with Twitch Prime, and the Jalapenos are gonna need to pop off with Dive here. Sir Blake on that Widowmaker again, going to need to find all the kills right now. And Malalia is on the cart alone right now on that Lucio. They get that turret down from Bard already, which is good. They need to get a little bit more space. Modify is just willing to give them a little bit of space. They want to win one fight, basically, here, it looks like.
Yep, they need to win one fight, and they're going to do it back at the doors, which is the right spot to do it. Spawns are in their favor there. They're playing for one fight win.
And Jalapenos went for that turret right away. Sir Blake with the big kill on the what? No res available. We see Bethcon is taken out of mech by Instante. That's a good early pick off there for Modify as well. And C-Poppy finds Abe, who was diving in looking for the kills. Vet is taken down as well. There's only 10 seconds left, and and the kills are pouring in right now for Modify as this card is nearing .1's or .8's checkpoint. But Modify is answering the call here, and it looks like they're going to be able to get the .A hold.
This looks to be all she wrote for him. Really good effort there. Again, the cards were stacked against him, but a great job by Modify, knowing what they had to play for. You don't have to play up. You don't have to play aggressive. You don't have to go for anything really fancy. Play the hangar doors there. Wait for them to come to you, and that's exactly what they did.
That's exactly what they did. It paid off big time there. We will see how the Holy Jalapenos are going to respond on defense. The task in front of them is monumental.
Yeah, it's if this is the hold, this is the kind of hold that's going to change. If they pull this hold off and they win this map, this is going to turn the series around.
Exactly. This is a defining moment of the series right here for the Jalapenos. Even if they can just draw this out, that's still incredible. There's more time on the clock right now than there typically is to take .A.
Yeah, quite a bit more. So we'll see.
Yes.
It looks like we Modify is going to go back to what's been working for them.
Mhm.
Let's see what Holy Jalapenos do to combat it. It looks like they're going with Sir Blake on the McCree and Abe on the May. I like Abe on the May. You got to find a way to stop Instante and Stan Bumper from just pushing into their front line with
Right.
reckless abandon. That's what they have been doing. That's a
Mhm.
really good way to kind of control the pacing of that frontline fight.
All right. So Holy Jalapeno is going to go for that early hold. It probably makes the most sense right now. I think it's wise to take an early fight here and try to get a second one on a recontest. So it looks like they're going to try to take him at first corner here. We see Vet setting up, ready to try to engage onto them here. Puts the flame strike through, trying to run that ult up as quickly as he can. They're actually backing off here now to the cubby.
That's a really smart. It's going to be hard for Bard to get a lot of damage in on there without risking his life. So I like the spot. It makes them play into what's going to work.
Bard's able to put in the damage. The splash is going to be obscene for him when he is able to get shots in there. As long as they can keep him protected, it's going to be so much damage on the Holy Jalapenos here. Look at this hold, though. It's a very, very safe play. But look at the off angle now.
Big off angle.
And here comes Bob for C Poppy already. And the Holy Jalapenos are already reeling. They're down. Their whole team is taken down. 3 on the cart now for Modify as they speed towards the win on Gibraltar.
Yeah, the book swaps over to try to contest here. Abe switches over to the Tracer. Sir Blake switches over there. Vet switches over to his ball, and Beth is brought down very quickly.
Just going to be able to get back in time, and here comes the barrage from Bard. Bard finds 2 before he's taken down here. Sir Blake does take down Bard. See Poppy, though, putting a ton of work in right now on that Ashe, as they have all night. Vet is the last hope on the cart, along with Malalia, but Malalia is dropped, and the Wrecking Ball is short, soon to follow, and the Modify puts themselves 1 map away from the championship.
You know, it's a good effort by Holy Jalapenos. There's not much you can do in those situations. Really good awareness by Bard to switch back. You look for the off angle, you make them pick. And again, Bard has been showing up and showing a good reason why he's very underrated. And if there's one thing Bard can be good at, let it be Overwatch, because he has terrible opinions otherwise.
He's lucky he has that. That's for sure. But Bard made some big plays there. See Poppy both. Again, going to map 4. Or going to map 5 here next. And there seems to be some confusion in chat right now, wondering how to play this game. So,
I mean,
apparently
they've all been here.
Yeah, this is the first playoff match apparently for these guys.
Apparently, but no,
first
it's
to 4.
okay. Again, this is a conversation that it's not over. And again, that's
No.
we said it before. It is not over yet. We got to play the games. We got to play all the maps. But we shall see what happens here and where we are off to next.
All right. Jalapenos now in a familiar spot, guys. They're down 3-1 in the finals.
I feel like, are you sure Tranquility's not an anime?
This feels like an anime, guys. I'm having flashbacks right now. I feel like I'm going to be doing this for another hour or so. I don't know, guys. I'm breaking into a cold sweat. If you're modified, you can't let off the gas.
No, you have to. I mean, you have to go for the kill, and this is where we want to see Modify go for the kill. You have Holy Jalapenos reeling. As Modify, I can imagine their comms right now are confidence. Everyone's very confident what they're doing. Everyone knows their role. We see Whitman and MTT come back in. We're not seeing a drop off, and that's the thing. Is see Poppy and MTT. There doesn't seem to be a difference between their play style and how they're playing. They're both hitting their shots. Wet Nuddle and Whitman, the same thing. We see Pog coming back in for Holy Jalapenos, and looks like we are running to Busan.
Busan is the map here. Busan, we see Control back in play here. And as a reminder, the first map of the day was Control, and the Holy Jalapenos won that map. So Jalapenos may not be denied here. We'll see how if Modify can get rid of some of their woes here and find a way to take this one. Both teams appear to be ready. And honestly, Busan, I feel like it's such a versatile map because it depends really on where you go.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. And if we are going this again, I could see Farah. I think Bard's going to push it again. It's working for him. He's feeling confident on it. He's again, it's kind of his signature hero. We'll see if it happens. He also could go to a May. We'll see. There's a lot of options for the team.
There's a lot of options here. We start in downtown, which is, again, options aplenty on this one, but it tends to favor the Widow duel, and look who's in. It's MTT, and it's Sir Blake.
MTT and Sir Blake. This is going to be a Widow duel for all Widow duels here. I have to expect both of them to, because it seems to be something that's a necessity. I have to imagine Jalapenos are expecting Bard to come out onto Farah, but it looks like he's coming out into a May. They're going to try to play point here.
You know what? They got to I feel like they need to mix it up a little bit. Look at this comp. The Wrecking Ball Reinhardt?
Interesting.
Okay, all right. He's playing with my emotions. I don't know. I stand bumper. I don't feel good about that. I don't know. Come on, man. All right. They come out with the full brawl with a sniper backup, and then we see the brawl from the Jalapenos here. Look for MTT to get some early picks. That's going to be the critical piece, because if it's a 5v6 on point, it's going to favor the Jalapenos.
I'm not sure on the play from Bethcon here picking the Sigma. I would like to see something that's going to label his tanks a little bit more. And that being said, like
MTT taken down by Sir Blake. It's a good early kill there. It's a 5v6 now on point. It looks like Modify is recognizing they are down here, but the charge in from Instante, he's punished for that. And we see the push back in with the wall coming out from Abe. From Pog, and Sir Blake finds all the headshots he needs there, and Jalapenos take first take.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see here. Great job, and again, I'm super wrong. I'm not very smart most of the time. But we'll see what happens here. It's an early fight here. Instante is going to be coming up on a Shatter very soon.
Very soon. The Shatter is going to be a critical ult here for their team as well. Vet on his own Shatter here too, so by no means, but teams are kind of mirroring ults right now, so the big advantage is Sir Blake very close to that Deadeye already. Coalescence coming in here from Lika. We see watching for Stan Bumper trying to put
big Shatter.
The big Earth Shatter comes in. Instante finding all the picks he needs. Modify takes the point here, and they will get this one back. Jalapenos taking it to 38%.
Watching Stan Bumper a little closer here, he is just holding the hand of Instante as he pushes forward. He's holding his hand, patting him on his little armored butt here, and saying, "I got you. Let's go forward. Let's go. Let's go.
Push forward. Why not?
Let's push forward here." And he's got his grab and look for him to pop this grab, really get him off the fight.
All right. We see Vet looking for opportunity to get in there, but he is walled away from his team. The ult comes in. Huge ult from Bethcon, puts multiple members of Modify into the air, but Modify is the one who capitalizes here. MTT finds 3, and Instante pushes the rest of the Jalapenos back, ticking back up, continuing to tick up, and they are now passing the Jalapenos in progress.
Yeah, that was a really good job. Again, an early graviton there, kept him in the choke, kept the focus fire there. I'm not really sure about, I would like to see Sir Blake pushed a little further back from that ultimate by Bethcon, and Bethcon switches over to a Zarya here.
Bethcon switching back to that Zarya.
They're on the coast, they don't know.
Oh, they didn't see them coming. They get onto the point here really quickly. They're able to rack up a ton of progress on recapping here, but MTT from Modify. Oh my goodness. Wow! What a response! My goodness, Modify!
Yeah, that was the response I've ever seen one. You 2 ults for 2 ults, and you quit with that. And Instante's already got another Shatter. Stan Bumper is halfway to his Graviton. That's the kind of rotation you want to see with your tank ults.
We're already kind of in last fight. We're already in last fight territory here for the Jalapenos. They need a response right now. That Blizzard is going to be everything for Pog, but thankfully no Diva to eat it up. So there's a big advantage for Pog. He throws in it's a big one. Puts right on the point, splits all Modify. Mitten isolated out from the team despite the sound barrier. Snipper finds Lika as well. The Shatter from Instante does not find the targets it needs to, but MTT is still putting in the damage. But the response, we see 3v2 on the point here. Bard goes into the cryo freeze, trying to get this one back. Stan Bumper takes out Bethcon.
And Stan Bumper's doing a really nice job.
It's 2-hit. Stan Bumper's trying to get this one back right now. The wall comes in from Pog, trying to buy some time, and the Coalescence is in from Malalia. Pog finds the kill onto Bard, but the Doomfist in now. There's Shatter into the shield from Vet, not finding the value he needs. He charges in. The Rhyme trade charges there, but MTT finds a kill onto Pog, and Modify is finding the kills they need here to take this point. Instante continues to swing that rocket hammer through Jalapenos, and they appear to be drinking their milk because the spice is just not enough.
Yeah, definitely not. They're eating the ice cream. They're drinking the milk. They got the bread. They got everything they need because there's no acid reflux for Modify. They got this.
Modify now 1 point cap away from taking this championship. Big point here for Modify. Big point for the Jalapenos. It's all or nothing now for them, and we'll see what they come out with. What are they going to change it to? They go back to a Sigma. They have a Torbjorn and a Symmetra, and I'm not sure.
I think they're just. I'll honestly wait a little bit because I feel like they're doing this. Yes, they're targeting you right now. You're getting
targeted. I feel I am under attack.
You are under attack.
I resent this. No, it looks like they're going to stick with this right now. We see Torbjorn's coming out from both sides here. This is going to get messy on the point here. This is going to get real messy.
We are down to match point.
Match point, though, for Modify coming out on the MTT Doomfist. We saw that pay off. The Jalapenos will get initial point presence thanks to that teleporter. They set up a nice little base here with the Symmetra turrets. It's actually going to be really tough for Modify to break through this right now, and Modify is recognizing it. They're just staying back.
Yeah, they have to stay back. They're having a conversation around. You can tell it's going to be really hard for MTT to get any work done with those turrets.
And kills already coming in. Sir Blake finds MTT though. Holy Jalapenos already have the point cap. Liga takes out the opposing Moira, so the healing is going to be very low for Jalapenos, but it doesn't matter when Pog is putting out incredible levels of damage. But Jalapenos are responding to hammer kill on the opposing. That is demoralizing. Give the Jalapenos the championship right now, folks. I don't know about that. Sir Blake getting a lot of kills on his Torbjorn right now, and it looks like he's going to manage to hold off Sir Blake.
Now that's a really good way to assert dominance.
The hammer. Nothing says we aren't done yet like finding a hammer kill in the middle of a team fight.
You know, and Bar did the right thing. You switch. You hard switch at that point. You don't deserve to play Torbjorn at that point.
You honestly need to get off Torbjorn if you get that hammer kill in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, and he did. They switched. Right. Going back to his comfort pick here.
Yep. Recognize that he is the superior Torbjorn and move on. That's the right way to do it. So look at this point presence actually for the Jalapenos. That's tough to break into. And the shield is almost already dropped. Coalescence comes in from Lika on the way in. Lika's dropped very low there briefly. The Molten Core in from Sir Blake, putting a ton of a mess on the point there. Bard finds Pog, though. That's a big kill at this point. It's going to be tough now for the Jalapenos to be able to turn this back around. They're already at 67% here, but Malalia finding the damage with that Coalescence. Instante is extremely low from that Coal and taken down by Sir Blake. And the Jalapenos appear to be stabilizing here on the point.
Yeah, they're really mastering this hard point defense, and we saw this on Hanamura as well. It worked out really good. I want to see them switch to kind of what worked before that. Those off angles, you put a pincer attack on them. You really make that Orisa shield choose who you're going to stop. But they got to push right now.
Right. Bard is trying to put in as much damage as possible on this Pharah. He's already up to that barrage. It's going to be a critical ult here for them. They get onto the point. The bongos are put down by Vet. All the damage from the Jalapenos is heavily amplified, but the barrage from Bard takes down 2, including a main healer. But Sir Blake finds 2 of his own. It's even match right now. Snipper takes down Instante. No main tank now for Modify. Molten Core put in by Sir Blake, but he's dropped by MTT. Big pick from MTT. The Coalescence continues to go from Lika, and Lika finds 2 kills there as Modify takes the point away from the Jalapenos.
A lot of ultimates dumped in by both teams, but it seems that Modify is coming out on the good end. They just need they need to keep holding here. Instante's going to have his ult coming up soon, but we have to look at Jalapenos. They have one team fight. They got to play slow. I see him dry push here. See if you can force that Shatter out. You're playing for one. You're looking for Sir Blake to really charge up that tire.
Right. Sir Blake getting a tire up would be everything here for the Jalapenos to be able to get this point back. Modify has a tall task in front of them, so the Jalapenos definitely in favor here. Sir Blake finds Bard early. That's a big kill, though, losing your May there. Sir Blake is dropped by Stan Bumper, though. Even fight now. Both teams down. Oh! It's Dante with an Earth Shatter. A thunderous one. It's over. It's over on that one.
It's over really quickly. Jalapenos going to have a couple of ults here. They're both are support ults there. We're coming back to a good rotation. Really good team fight. They're up to 50% already by Modify. Let's see if they can hold it together. The nerves have got to be close. We're close here. This could be it.
Modify is sitting right now with that Deadeye from MTT, a big ult here to try to get some control into this, get some control over the Jalapenos here. Jalapenos edging ever so close to one fight territory. They're going to need to take a quick fight here.
Ooh, big pick on Sir Blake.
Oh, huge early pick there from Liko with that damage orb. Samito is crying somewhere, but Malalia answers back. The Moiras both taking kills here, and the Jalapenos find 5, led by Malalia with that coalescence, and the Jalapenos will take this point, and they will take the shrine here on Busan, and we head to point 3 of Busan.
Just like all season long, the support line for Jalapenos comes through when they need him to. Really great job, Malalia. That was absolutely, as we say on the Hours podcast, crunch time.
It's crunch time. I don't have any right now.
I don't have any with me either. My voice is hard enough.
It's probably a good thing. I don't need any dry crackers shoved down my throat right now. That's the last thing I need. Oh boy, and I'm running out of water. This is a serious problem.
Oh no. We'll see here. Again, this is do or die time. Let's see if Modify can really close this out.
Almost about 125 viewers as I look on the screen right now, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if you're interested in our community, !Discord in the chat. Let's take it to Mecha Base here and see if Modify can close this out or if Jalapenos can extend this run.
Yeah, we'll see. Stan Bumper has been doing an absolute fantastic job. He's put on a clinic on the Zarya. Let's see if he can continue that now.
First time tonight we're seeing it. The Echo is in play. Oh, but who needs an Echo when you got the fist of MTT on your side? Huge wall there on the vet as well, and Modify immediately taking control here. And they will get first cap on Mecha Base.
Yeah, this is gonna be. They gotta go cap first.
But it's a matter of time. I mean, Snipper's trying to make them work for it, but Snipper's only going to end up a corpse.
That's true.
Modify is in control.
Really good job. We're coming up on that. That's the kind of hold that you need right away. That's the kind of first team fight. Losing Beth early was struggled, and we see Pog switch over to the Sombra here. He's going to look to mitigate MTT right here. He's got to try to get MTT. Loses cooldowns. Doomfist without a cooldowns is just a sitting duck.
It's a completely new look from the Jalapenos here. Mixing it up, trying something different. Oh, MTT, inexcusable. A crazy kill there onto Sir Blake. The Echo dropped down to the ground and is punished by the Doomfist. Another strong, quick team fight win for Modify.
Yeah, really fast, really quick here. A really good positioning by MTT on the angle, taking down Sir Blake right away. Sir Blake switches off of it there. It's the smart move. You're not getting much with the Echo done. You got to push through a lot of tight quarters to get where you need to go.
Right, and Echo right now, maybe not the best pick into what we're seeing here from Modify. Maybe Sir Blake not have the practice onto that as he does on the McCree. Look at this quick movement here, quick rotation from the Jalapenos. Modify quick to respond. Oh, MTT finding the big kill on that Doomfist. The Earth Shatter is blocked. Nobody taken down, but MTT finds another. MTT takes out a third. And the Meteor Strike coming in, trying to finish off what is left of the Jalapenos here. Jalapenos now looking at 70% for Modify. This is last fight for the championship here for Modify.
Last fight for the championship. Stan Bumper's going to be able to get his Graviton Surge here. We have Malalia with the Coalescence, and we also have Vet with an Earth Shatter. That Earth Shatter has to be massive. We'll see if they have that here.
If they've ever needed an Earth Shatter from Vet, it's it right here. They have 85% Modify, definitely last fight territory here. Malalia puts it in. We see Sir Blake falls early to Stan Bumper after that Graviton Surge. The beat is dropped by Whit Mitten. Here comes the huge Sigma. Oh, but nobody's going to the point.
The guy being the support lineup's going to the point.
Nobody
there.
there.
And that's it.
Over. Modify, they have evolved to the champions of the Harmony tier. Congratulations to Modify.
Congrats, Modify. Really well hard fought win. A team that was been underrated the entire season by the Iris podcast. No one paid attention to them. They came here tonight and they absolutely put a clinic on. Absolutely fantastic job by Modify. And great work by Jalapenos coming through second season. It's hard to repeat. It is very hard to repeat. excellent job. Great season by everyone in the Harmony tier.
Indeed, a fantastic season here in the Harmony tier. Very, very great job from Modify, the team that everybody wrote off all season until the very end. And finally, people started saying, hey, maybe we should pay attention to this Modify team. And look, here they are. They're the one team who stands on top. An incredible series, a dominant win for Modify, a textbook victory there for Modify as well. So great work, Modify. Congratulations to you guys. Congratulations again to the Jalapenos. An incredible season for you guys. Thug, who's MVP here? Who's standing out for you?
Oh gosh, in perfect Modify fashion, I don't know. I got to give big props to Stan Bumper. I'm gonna pick two people. You're three people.
Sure.
I'm gonna pick Stan Bumper. Stan Bumper silently kind of carried that whole thing. The longer I watched him, the more the man, he just doesn't die. He didn't die. He really did a job. Off Tank's job isn't just enabled his team. Big ups to MTT right now. MTT looked shaky on Ilios. He came back strong the rest of the series, and I want to say the entire support lineup for that team. They carried. Lika is amazing. There's a reason she is a All-Star nominee. Phenomenal job by that entire team. Again, in classic Modify fashion, it was a team effort.
A fantastic match. I'm blown away by both teams here. For me, MVP, I think just the way he answered the call as the match went on, I got to go Instante. Just played out of his mind at the end. And I'm a tank main. I respect my tank mains.
I feel
Instante showed up. Vet has a lot of accolades coming in. Top 3 best main tank, definite all-star at this point. But Instante did an amazing job all night tonight, answering every single challenge Vet put forward. Congratulations, Modify. A well-deserved, perhaps unexpected, but definitely well-deserved championship victory.
Yep, I'm sure we're not going to hear the end of it from Bard.
Yeah, Bard will never let us live this down. So honestly, Jalapenos, that's the biggest disappointment is now Bard won't shut up. So honestly, though, congratulations again to Modify. What a fantastic season in the Harmony tier. We'll be wrapping that up again on Monday on the Iris podcast. But guys, there's still way more Overwatch Tranquility action to come. We still have the All-Star game in a couple weeks for all 3 tiers. We still have the Discord tier finals next week. We still have the Discord tier semifinals between Tailwind and Caliber tomorrow night. Friday, Uncommitted versus Rebellion. Next week, Transcendence tier finals, All-Star matches, podcast. There's so much left to go, guys. This season is not done, but congratulations again, Modify, and a huge thank you to everyone for tuning in tonight. Big thank you to Thug for the awesome analysis as usual.
Thank you, Ski.
Of course, a massive thank you goes to Juke as well for the excellent work on production tonight and all throughout the season. We will certainly miss you next season when you are taking your leave here. So again, thank you so much to everyone for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Congratulations to Modify, and have a great night.